that they win with.
I mean,
These are just heroes that they want to play, and they're comfortable with this. RQ Hoshi, no matter what they bring out, this is going to be the setup for Bren Esports that's gonna work.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Well, it is, and knowing Bren Esports, we just have to accept the fact that they need to be a little bit more creative in terms of this. But for this Lancelot, this Yuzhong, this Sylvana, they're safe with this.
Yeah, and now coming into the second phase, they're going to get rid of the Loyi as well as the Harith here. Both very important wave clearers, and more importantly, especially for RRQ's Hoshi's side, yes, they do have Matilda for that magic damage, but they're not going to have too much lane priority, which I think even Bren realizes, all right, we don't want our side lanes to get punished because we have seen, you know, things like Harith show up into the side lane, things like Lunox and Farsa show up into the side lane as well.
I definitely think the both heroes that you mentioned is going to be pretty much contributing to a very big factor, but they got to find a way to answer this Lancelot, which nobody has been able to stop Kaltizi at it, and works all the lockdowns that we need. Like, circling Eagle is definitely not going to be enough, and with that, we definitely see the Cho being axed off just to make sure that nobody catches him with the Way of the Dragon.
I like the Cho pick just because it's the only available. It's one of the options here for RQ Hoshi to just lock down that Lance. I actually agree with Contra. Just looking at how the first three picks here for the side of RQ Hoshi is set, they do not have an answer for the Lancelot as of now.
No, is not enough?
Jawhead is telegraphed. Like,
I mean, it's a choice that's left. There's no hero for Psycho.
There is, but having that certain unstoppable force ejector, you can see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah, well, you have the combo, you have the circling eagle, and yeah, Bren Esports, they're not even shy about it. This is definitely going to be Doc Rebo's Alice from the gold lane. I wonder what Wiz King is thinking, because this Claude can still be a sneaky gold laner. Yeah, it still can. It's pretty flexible in that sense, and I think, you know, even Bren now picking up the Alice as well as the Yuzong, they realize no matter what we pick at this point, even if we do get the 1-1, it's a little too late, and if we want to dominate the lane, it might not necessarily work out anyway, so you might as well get a relatively safe laner. And if RQ decide to go for a double marksman composition, that's even better for us with our assassin, on top of the fact that we have some great pick potential and some really powerful scaling for that late game.
Sin and Vin, they're like brothers, and they rhyme. Their names rhyme.
Same goes to Kaltizi as well as Flaptizi.
Yeah.
Right? So
it's a connection. It's a combination.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting enough, they bring in the Kai again. This is something that was being introduced back in their best of 5 against Burmese Ghost, but here comes Lunox, which wasn't banned away. So there's a lot of damage output coming in from both, you know, the AD side of things as well as the Magic. Wow, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Bren Esports.
It's going to be tough for Psycho to lock people down, but when he does, boy, is it sweet. I suppose, I definitely suppose here, but I think RRQ, they've got a much stronger early game in comparison to Bren. So as long as Bren, they basically want to play the early game a little bit more passive, just focus on clearing the waves and focus on, you know, if they have to give up certain things on the invade, they just kind of have to here. They don't have a choice, and Matilda is really going to be a problem for that. But at level 4, Bren's going to have a huge swing into their favor because they're very ultimate dependent.
Yeah, I like Bren Esports draft as well, but you really have to give props to that Akai pick from the side of RQ Hoshi. You might not have the catch, that solo single target catch, but you can destroy or you can cancel his combination. And that is the thing for the Lancelot. Just don't let him burst out people.
Well, I think it is time to get into the game. This is Game 1. Let's roll into the Land of Dawn for our semifinals matchup at M2. Boys, take it away.
Well, of course, all eyes is going to be on Sin, as he will be the one that will be taking over Alpha C. But just look at View, already getting his health taken down low.
Not even going to be polite about it, just, yeah, you come into our range, we will knock you down a peg. Few already less than half health, not even a minute into the game. Looking at the lanes, it's R7 on the Lapu Lapu facing off against Rebo in the gold lane. Up top, it's Flaptizi versus Wiz King, so there's a little switcheroo being showed here by RRQ Hoshi. Again, you're never really sure what James is thinking.
Mhm. Now, onto the middle lane, this is a normal matchup. Few knows that he will get harassed a lot here as long as he doesn't have his level 4. And as you can see, the damage output in the Matilda is just way too high. But it's okay because Few is the one getting damage, not Carl TZ.
Yeah, of course, we do see Haltizi though trying to actually go for the Little Wonder here, and Imole backs away, understanding that Sin as well as Vin, they could actually pull off some significant damages now that he does have the double belt buff as well. So a little bit of push and shove coming from both ends. Brent Esports, they cannot force any issue.
Yep, as Gideon said, Brenny's just waiting for the level 4, and that's when they go ahead and put it into high gear. That's when things get to start, and that's when it becomes more interesting. Right now, Turtle is coming up about 10 seconds from now in the top lane. This is Wiz King and Vin waiting to find someone, catching them off guard, and now Carthy just clearing the wave alongside the rest of these mid laners preparing for the first turtle take.
Yeah,
And
speaking of which, we can definitely see that RQ is in the prime position to be able to get that challenge in. And for Lusty, he's keeping an eye out, and here comes Psycho.
Lusty is using the brush as well, but RRQ, they are going for the Lord next, and this is going to be tricky for them because the Lancet is on the other side.
Nice catch on the few first blood drawn by Shin, and there's no counter go. That's gonna be the Rampaging Sandstorm. Lusty bites it, Flap TZ. He's a little too low. Oh, not even a trade. They do get one. It's Vin, but it's 3 on the side of RQ Hoshi. 7.3 to 6.7. Oh, already a 500 gold lead.
That was the perfect timing for RQ Hoshi to pick a fight. Why? Because Carl TZ's orange buff expired. He doesn't have the extra damage to help their side, and now Bren Esports have to bow out from that certain fight.
Yeah, and you gotta give it to Sin on his perfect position as well. He managed to get 2 kills out of that effort. And those pickoffs out there has been able to just deny a little bit more time for the rest of the esports side. Of course, comes in with some big plays later on, but phantom execution and stuff like that being brought up. The Wanderer secured, but all eyes are still on Turtle once again, but something's happening down here.
Yeah, no, I think Rebo understands that he can rotate much faster than R7. So that means he doesn't have to miss a wave, and then he can be part of the team fight. Now, Turtle take going on here. Lusty looking for a target. He does have his Imperial Justice on cooldown. That's going to be Kalditi taking the first Turtle. Down goes Lusty. Vin gets him down. Oh, that's going to be another takedown. Few gets eliminated. 2 for none. Is it worth the Turtle?
What a pincer attack coming in from both sides. RT Hoshi, they just rushed right in and got Brent Esports members all caught out. And I definitely like what they are doing with the Kai, just having the Hurricane Dance in perfect position.
Now, team fight for Bren here is going to be really tough, but as long as they do not give as much turrets as possible, it's going to be great. Psycho will be the first target, and he will go down. Wiz King here is getting chased down, but Sin is there to help his ally, and that's going to be Flap. But Bren,
They
Wait
want
for
to
this.
go.
It seems like Fuel will be bursted down, but it will be the order burns being popped right in. Wiz King does get that double for that dive. Great exchange coming from RRQ. Kaltizi tries to take the buff away, and Finn, he tries to move right in first position, catching on towards Lusty, but Kaltizi, how far can he run with a mega kill coming from Wiz King?
That was a very risky play coming out from Bren Esports. Carl just wanted to take that purple buff from Sin, but RRQ Hoshi was on top of it.
Yeah, and definitely a great timing on that circling eagle itself. Now 8-3, but the goal difference is not going to be too huge in the early phase of the game. 3 more seconds till the next objective. Well, I definitely see that right now. Members inside of Brent Esports, they're trying to pull the trigger on a very difficult position, and that definitely didn't pay any dividend at all.
Now, looking at it, this is the roster lineup here for RRQ Hoshi that really has the much aggressive early game. They go for those turtles. When Bren Esports, they're kind of caught off guard here.
Yep, here we go. Blazing Duet by Sin. He gets out of there. Battle Mirror Image. Did he steal it? I think he did. Carl Teasy is without his purple. And now the second turtle comes up. I think the fact that RRQ Hoshi is just more comfortable with just giving up the turtle to get beneficial trades is dangerous for Bren Sports.
Yeah, right now the turtle is going to be the main target for both of these teams. Bren Esports really want that. RRQ does not want to give that to them. Psycho with the Petrify. Oh my goodness. Lusty just goes down.
Not a good look for Lusty so far, and without that Imperial Justice, whether it be because it's on cooldown, or whether it's because they catch him like that, not even blinking. Oh no, Flapteezy gets a barrage of bullets from Shin, and that's gonna be Vin putting the nail in the coffin for Flapteezy. It's looking tough for Bren Sports.
Yeah.
6 minutes, 45 seconds in, Doc Rebo tries to go for a push. That's gonna be R7 not able to save the turret. In comes Psycho.
And of course, Blood Oath already being popped up as they will be able to match this pretty much safely. I don't really like the sort of exchange that they had back towards the turtle pit, and this is where things get a little bit rowdy with the rest of RQ. Hoshi moving right back in, chasing on towards Rainbow as he tries to make an escape, but how long can he last? As you can see, R7 has already got members right behind him, and Sin might just actually get this one coming.
Now, Reba's just trying to scale at the bottom lane, but the problem is RRQ Hoshi just control the top lane, and now the next target for them is going to be this bottom lane. They want to get this before the 60 seconds passes, so that they can set up to the top lane and get the next objective there. A turtle probably? But RQ Hoshi has their sights set on just controlling every single side of this map.
Oh, Lusty tries to put a bead on to R7, misses it. Phantom Execution still online. They're gonna use it for a dash. It's not enough. Sin finds you, and Flapteezy uses Black Dragon form to retreat. Lusty survives, but only for now, as well as Flapteezy. That's -1. Carl finally shut down here. No longer a thorn on the side of RRQ Hoshi. They push mid. That's going to be open. And Butters, as you were saying, it's a diversion play. And they just got a free turret along the way. It's a drive-through, right? They're giving Bren Sports so many problems so that whenever RRQ Hoshi goes for an objective, there's just no answer because they're trying to, plug these holes in the sinking ship.
The playing prowess or the playmaking prowess of Psycho is just showing right here. The amount of pressure, the amount of worry that he puts on Bren Esports' shoulder, it's just too much to bear for them, and they break down the pressure to the early game.
Yeah, and you could definitely see that RQ's plan when they immediately lock in that clock, this is what they were hoping for in the best case of things, and they've already got 5 kills on towards this clock, and he's pretty much hard to catch in that sort of moment. Now, a little bit of setup here coming from Psycho as he's looking for a good one, and there we go.
This is going to be the choke. They're going for the purple, and look at the life bars melting at the feet of Sin. That's a double. They take one on the backswing, but what is R7 for 4 members of Bren Sports? What is R7? It is all worth it. The siege begins right here. They want to penetrate, not even 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and there's only a couple of all these members that will be coming up online in the form of Lusty as well as Flapteezy in a couple of seconds here. But they've already lost way too many towers, and I definitely think that RQ Hoshi, they take too much control, all in the span of less than even 10 minutes. Let's check out the item, shall we? Butters, we've already seen a great build coming out of RQ.
Now, if you would look at it, Sin here went for the brute force breastplate. That is going to be good defense against the Lancelot. Now, Lancelot isn't at the best position right now just because he has the Heptasis, but no Endless Battle, no Blade of Despair. And Queen's Wings for Flapteezy, he doesn't have the extra firepower, he doesn't have the skill vamp to just back up that tankiness that he has. Although for few, we're seeing a bit of progression here. Enchanted Talisman to the Necklace Durance. Vin getting a bit of a Durance as well, and at the same time, he does have that casual Dreadnought armor just to protect himself from Carl Teasy.
So far, what I'm seeing is Sin and Vin, say what you will about their names rhyming, but they both understand that they have to somehow go in. This is 2 heroes that usually don't have to go dive in. But oh, speaking of dives, that's going to be the Order of Brilliance popped in here by Few just to survive. Rebo with the blood flow coming in. And here's a Black Dragon form. Flapped easy. He can smell blood.
Yeah.
But I think RRQ Hoshi is setting something up from the left side. Whisking. I think he's looking for it. There's the Rampage Sandstorm.
OTC.
Oh, they sense the Lord take. Can't easy take it down here. Sin is now godlike. There's the Blazing Duet. Lusty's gonna be next. Whisking puts him in. Down under the ground. 6 feet. 2 for none. Plus the Lord. RRQ Hoshi is ripe for the finish.
They fished them out, and with that, they initially went in by popping the Order of Brilliance, and Ludux already using the ultimate. They could not possibly go into cross anywhere near towards the Lord, but here comes RRQ. They've already got the Lord taken out, and they are going straight to finish up game number 1, but there's going to be a defense coming in from the side of Bren Esports. They tried to hold on. Rebo with the blood. Oh, he flickers away, but look at R7. He's chasing right in as well, but he will give his life for it. Bren Esports, they're slowly going down, and game 1 is in the hands of the Indonesian side, RRQ Hoshi.
And you saw how aggressive they were in terms of just getting that first turtle on their side. RRQ Hoshi, I think my thoughts were right. This is their early game lineup in terms of players.